What is up with it? Today we are back. This is going to be a deck profile. Haven't done one of these in a little while, but I played GP Luffy the last 2 weekends. This weekend in the online regional, last weekend in the online treasure cup. Last weekend I think I got 60th, so top 64. This weekend I got 21st, so top 32. Deck is incredible. Also, last night, immediately after ending the regional, I was still in the mood to grind. So I played a bunch of the ranked ladder, and I actually hit rank 1. Honestly, I haven't even been playing the sim that much, but my win rate has been so high. It's like 80% or something crazy with this deck. It's near 80% that like I kind of like accidentally hit it. Like I just was trying to check some stats and I realized like, oh, I'm like rank 3. Like I can just win a few more games and then yeah, I hit rank 1. But definitely best deck. Shout outs to Abby, the person who keeps this all going, my #1 supporter. Shout outs to all the people who helped me test, and shout outs to my Metafy. I actually posted a supplemental guide, not a full guide, for GP that is free to all of my Metafy $10 supporters. Has a lot of secrets, a lot of things that I don't see anyone else talk about for this deck. If you want to level up your game just a little bit, maybe consider checking out my Metafy. Also, I'm deeply considering doing a master class on just the mirror. The mirror is really, really tough. And my win rate is like pretty insane in it. Across the 2 tournaments, I played 9 mirrors and I won 8 of them. And on sim, my mirror win rate is like 85% or something insane like that. So if you guys want me to make that, let me know. But without further ado, let's get into the profile. All right, so first of all, we have the non-negotiables, all right? You got to run 4 Sanji and Pudding. Best card in the deck, obviously, Kuzan, if you know, you know. My favorite card in the deck, Zorojuro. This is basically like if Sengoku and Weevil had a child, and he is the GOAT. He's my favorite card in the deck. You need to run 4 Nami Searchers. You need to run 4 Going Marys. You need to run 4 events. Some people are like trimming on these. Like I know Philip Vu got top 8 with only 3 of these. Please, for the love of God, just max these out. If you see these cards, these 8 right here, you win the game. You just win the game if you see these 8. So please, 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 please maximize your chances of seeing them. If you lose a game because you cut some of these and you don't see these, like that's your fault. I don't want to hear you whine. I don't want to hear you complain. Next, we have 4 Gum Gum Giant. Probably the second best card in the entire game behind Rebecca. This card is like so broken. It allows you to just like go to 0 and look at your opponent in the eyes and say like, I dare you to kill me. And it doesn't even matter if they're swinging like 24k. Like a lot of the times you can still combo out because of this card. And then 3 Luffy. I've seen some people run 4. I even saw Clyde just got top 8 with only 2. To me, 3 is the perfect number. Sometimes it's nice to see 2, but I don't think most games you want to see 2. It's a brick. But I think you want to see 3 because you do want to see it every single game. And also I think if you only run 2, if you see it in a search, you probably have to take it. But typically early in the game, if I see it in a search, I don't even care. I'm like, whatever, there's like 2 more. Like this deck searches so much and draws so much that like I will find another one by the time I need it. So me personally, I think 3 is the perfect number. Next we have the counter lineup. So first of all, we have like the easy 8. And I just want to talk about these for a little bit because I think it's something that's a little under discussed about this deck. Is that most decks have to run like some form of like vanillas, like they just suck, right? Like they're cards that are like not good, or like sometimes you play them. Like let's think about Doflamingo as an example, the best deck previously, right? The 2Ks in that deck like low-key suck. Like they're fine, like the Crocs, the Mihawks, like they are bodies and they like increase your chance of like blind hitting, so that is nice. And Buggy, like you never actually want to play him on 1. The only reason he's ever good really is because like he pairs with like Jozu and Law. And Buggy's like really the only one that's like real in my opinion, which is why I was always so like, you need to play 4 of Buggy. The other one's like whatever, like roll the dice and decide. But the thing about like this deck is you get to play 8 real 2Ks that you will play 1 or more of these for its effect every single game. Like at least 1 every single game. Like these cards are so good. Like Usopp is arguably the best 2K in the game. This is a 2K blocker that you get to play for like 3 Dawn as a 6 cost 6,000. Like this card is like incredible in this deck. So like I think it's really, really underrated that like most decks, they play 2Ks that like maybe sometimes they come up or they're so-so, or maybe they're just literally blanks. And this deck plays like 8 real cards that are actually like very good cards, and they just so happen to be 2Ks. It's honestly like one of my favorite things about the deck. I mean, I love this deck so much. This deck is like fucking incredible. And then running 2 of the Usahachis and 1 0 cost. Last weekend I ran 2 0 costs. And I didn't run this. I ran an extra Luna. But I just realized that like I wanted more natural 2Ks. I think if you only run 8, you can be punished by people just like going +1 on you. I like the 1 0 cost just to diversify. Like in searches, there will be a lot of times you see a 0 cost and a 2K. And that just gives you the flexibility of adding the 0 cost. I think overall, like 2Ks are better, which is why I'm only running 1, but I like having the option to grab this off of searches because you will search so much. And then lastly, these are like the non-engine or like the non-mandatory. These are like the slots that lists will most often differ. First of all, I have 2 Luffy Taro. Yesterday, this card actually didn't perform for me. My 2 losses were versus Lucci. And this card, I should have won both of them, actually. But this card, and I'll talk about my matchups at the end of this. But this card should have helped me win both of those, but I just like threw both games for literally no reason. So he didn't perform for me that well, but I think like in matchups like Lucci or Control Shanks, I think he's really the star of the show, so I like him. Also, I really like when on 7 or 8 Dawn, I play Luffy and then I play Sanji and Pudding, and this gets a draw, and I always go play Jinbei, play Weevil, draw a card, and my opponent giggles most of the time, or they think I'm a crackhead. One or the other, hard to say for sure. Next, 3 Green Zoro. This card's just really flexible, really good. I mean, most of the time you're pitching it as a 1K, but just being able to like deal with the board, deal with blockers is really helpful. I think 3 is the perfect number. I don't think you need 4. You just don't, like, you really only need to see like probably 1 a game. Lucci is the only matchup where you'd want to see more than 1, I think. If Lucci was like a really big threat in the meta, then like, yeah, I'd run 4 for sure. But it's not like, you'll play it probably once or twice a tournament. And then 4 Robin, this card's mandatory. I'm going to be honest, most people are not playing 4 of this and they're smoking crack. You know, there's 8 cards in your deck that matter. There's 8 cards in your deck that matter. This card, so everyone always complains about 2 things about this deck from what I've seen. They complain about what if I don't see these, or they complain about what if my hand is like this and I'm bricked up and I die. Well, the nice thing about that is this helps you see these, and it helps you not die because it's a blocker, and then it searches this, or it searches the giant, right? Like this card is incredible. This card is a mandatory 4 of. A lot of people aren't playing it. I've seen some people run choppers. I've seen people run like Frankies or whatever. You guys are wrong. I'm just going to keep it a buck with you. This card is one of the best cards in the deck. I would never play less than 4, personally. I think this card is cracked. I think it's good versus literally everything. I think versus aggro, it's insane. I think the mirror, it's insane. I guess it's not that good versus Lucci, but like versus literally everything else, it's broken. And versus Lucci, it's a 1K, so like whatever. And then last, 3 Electrical Luna. last weekend I ran 4. This card is the nuts. The trigger is Giga Broken if it's your last life in most game states. Like, I know when I play the mirror, like, my biggest fear is, like, please God, do not let their life be, do not let their last life be Luna. If it is, like, lots of the times you just can't play around it and you just lose. Last week I ran 4, but it's just a little bricky at 4. I think 3 is the perfect number. It's weird because, like, you actually do want to see multiple. Like, when you chain Lunas, it feels so oppressive. But I don't know. I think 3 is just very reasonable because when you run 4, you up the chances of seeing too many of them too early, and it's kind of a later game card. So you don't really want to brick on it early in the game. I considered playing things like Gamma Knife, Radio Knife. I tested those. Radio Knife, I spent like a whole day the day before the event testing it. And personally, I didn't like it. I know some of you will probably comment and ask what I think about it. I'm going to try it again because so many people saw success with it. But I spent like, I guess I only played like probably 25 games the day before with it on the ladder. And I didn't really like Radio Knife that much. And I think Gamma Knife, I mean, to be honest, Gamma Knife would have actually been insane in my runs because, like, across the two online events, in the 19 rounds I played, I think I played versus green. Let me count. 11. I played 14 of my 19 rounds versus green. So Gamma Knife actually would have gone crazy. And then I played 2 of them versus Lucci. So I don't know. Actually, maybe Gamma Knife can go in because in 16 of 19 of my rounds, it actually would have gone crazy. So maybe Gamma Knife can go back in. I'm going to try Radio Knife again, but I think like this non-engine was perfect. But to talk about my rounds a little bit, I don't remember last week. I have to sneeze. Oh my God. All right, no, we're good. I don't remember last week, but this week I played round 1, the mirror, round 2, the mirror, round 3, I played Chris Lee on Bonnie. Shout outs to Chris Lee. That game was super close. I think maybe he probably was supposed to win, but I'm not 100% sure. Round 4, I played Grayson GTS on Lucci, and I had the biggest throw of my entire life. Maybe I'll review that for the channel. It was an unlosable game. I was so sad after that. Round 5, I played the mirror. I won that. So I've won all of them besides that Lucci game so far. Round 6, I played versus Zorro, and there was actually a mishap that happened where there was one turn where I didn't leader skill. And then he swung 9, and I went Giant, and I pitched a card, and I thought that I like countered out. So then like things were just silent for like 20 seconds, and he was like, "You're a 5K leader," and I was like, "What? No, I'm a 6K leader." And he's like, "No, you're a 5K leader. You didn't leader effect." And I was like, "Oh shit!" And then I pitched an extra card, right? So just a reminder, we all make mistakes, right? Like, thankfully my opponent caught it. Like, making sure that the game state is correct is on both players, and thankfully we were able to fix the game state really easy, right? I just pitched an extra card. Round 7, I played versus Dylan Zayas on Bonnie. That was a really fun game. That was my first time meeting him. Actually, super nice guy. Round 8, I played versus RP Luffy. That game was kind of a stomp. Basically, what happened was 1 dawn turn, he like searches the 3-drop Zoro, and then 2 dawn turn, I search the green Zoro. So then like he doesn't get to play the 3-drop Zoro because he knows I have this in hand. So if he like basically kind of turn skips himself on 3 and chooses not to play it, and since he doesn't play it, like I go like Zoro, like the good Zoro, and then like from there, like he doesn't get to ramp, right? So like I just end up winning. It ends up being pretty easy. And then round 9, I played Chris Sock. That was a fun game. He saw pretty weak. I saw pretty good, so I won. Like, you know, that's just how it goes. He's obviously a phenomenal player, and I got lucky. What can you do? And then round 10, I played versus Lucci. I threw versus this Lucci too. It's so tragic. Both of my losses were throwing to Lucci. This one, I don't know if I would have won, even if I didn't do this throw, but like basically I just did a sequencing error and I played into first life being a finger gun trigger, and then he finger gunned, and then like from there the game was just over. So kind of unfortunate. Would have been really sick to get a top 8. Hopefully this next weekend. I really, really love this deck. I've put a fair amount of time into it. I feel like I'm one of the best players in the world with this deck, at least Western players. So hopefully I can get a top 8. But let me know what you guys think. And thank you all so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.